All right. What's up? It's your boy Dwell, aka Mr. J. Aquí en la casa, coming at you sideways with another episode of Las Different Voices. Hopefully, everybody's having a good day, a blessed day. Today, I want to introduce somebody who doesn't need introduction, you know. We got Ronny Rios in the studio en la casa, right here in sideways, you know. I'm really honored to have you here, bro. How you doing?
Thank you, man. First and foremost, I want to thank you for having me, and it's a pleasure of mine to be here. And of course, man, I'm doing good, man. I'm doing real good. I should be honest. You know, I'm doing real good, I should say.
All right. That's good to hear. You know, you got here a little earlier. It surprised me because I mean, I seen you on TV and I seen you on Instagram when I started following you. But when you came in, I was like, oh shoot, and I was like, oh shoot, a little early, but hey. Thank you for coming back again. You know, I was like, maybe he was like, oh, this guy's not ready. I'm out of here. Pero thank you for coming back, bro. I appreciate it.
No, of course, man. Of course. I was early because I could have sworn it said 5:30 to 6. I was like, oh, I'll be there. But good thing my suegra lives down the street, like literally down the street. So when he's like, oh, you're early, I just went to my suegra's house and just chilled for a little bit and came right over.
Nice. ¿No te dieron de comer?
No. So right now, a couple of my buddies and I, we have this challenge going on between us.
Okay.
It's called the 6-week challenge. So we're gonna see who can get the most ripped in 6 weeks.
Oh damn!
So you know you have to freaking diet, you have to train, you have to do everything. So the losers, I think we started off with 3 of us. Now there's 5 of us. So now the losers have to take the winner to go eat at a fancy restaurant. So right now we're naming like the Water Grill, Vodka, you know, like those restaurants. So I'm taking it pretty serious, you know, because ain't nothing better than a free meal.
and oh man, and on top of that, after those 6 weeks, I bet, right?
Yeah. So like after my last fight, man, I just ate and drank whatever I wanted to drink, and you know, the pounds start to add up. So I was like, damn. So when they told me the 6-week challenge, I was like, all right, I'll do it. I was like, hell yeah, man, I gotta lose some weight.
How do you judge that? Like, how do you know? Like by ripped? How do you know someone isn't already ripped and then you?
Well, I mean,
cause I seen you, bro. You're kind of.
I mean, right now
already.
I'm not ripped. I'm pretty lean, but I'm not ripped. But we're just gonna. I'm guessing. So we all took before pictures when we first started.
Oh, okay.
So we're gonna take before and after pictures, and then we're more than likely gonna post them up and have the people vote who's the most ripped or who has a better.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's cool.
I mean that's my idea. I don't know what the other guys are thinking, but that's the best way to figure it out for me. You know.
That's dope. I might have to join too, but
have the people vote. Have the people vote. You know, instead of freaking controversial, let's have the people vote and see.
Oh, that's good too. Yeah, through Instagram or what?
More than likely Instagram, man, because I don't have Facebook.
Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah, I don't have that neither. I'm actually new to Instagram.
I mean, the thing is, I used to have Instagram, but I used to have somebody that used to kind of mostly do it for me. But now I do everything myself. And
okay.
I mess around a lot on Instagram sometimes. Sometimes I always tell my wife, like, man, they should take it away from me, because sometimes, like, if we go out, I'll have a few beers and I'll get pretty buzzed, and I'll go on Instagram and I'll start messing around with people and just start like messing around. Well, only people I know and stuff. So I'll start posting stuff, or I'll start making fun of like certain friends and stuff, and I'm always cracking up.
well, hey, I'm surprised because like I said, I was surprised too when you hit me up and you were like, yeah, I'm down.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I was actually surprised because I send. I'm not on Instagram sending it to the whole world, but I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna send it to him. And then the couple of days pass, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna send it to him. And then a couple of days pass, you know what? I'm gonna send one to him. And it's like the lottery, you hit, man. So thank you. I appreciate it. I had a smile on my face.
I think I could be a fair judge. All right, I'll post it.
Who was that? Lily Dankin.
Oh. Yeah.
And I even told my daughter, oh, you know what? A professional boxer answered my.
Oh, that's crazy! That's crazy, man. That's
so cool. I was tripping out. I was like, oh shoot! I'm like, he's kind of famous, you know. I was like,
man, thank you.
I was like, oh, that's dope. But I'm happy, bro, because obviously, like I was saying earlier, I'm from Santana, you know, and pretty much lived here all my life. Probably gonna die here. Pretty much born. I was born here. Well, I don't know if I was born here or they just brought me here, but since I can remember, I was living in Santana my whole life. Everywhere in Santana I've lived. and to see somebody on TV from Santana is like dope. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
And seeing you, I've seen a couple fights. I probably haven't seen them all, but I can probably say in these last couple years I've seen like 6 fights of you. You know, like, and it's like, oh shoot, there's Ronny Rios, and then I tell people, oh, he's from Santana. Like when I have family over, because sometimes I just invite family over. We have barbecues, and not everybody knows about boxing. They just come for the barbecue or to hang out, and it's like, oh, that guy's from Santana. That guy's from Santana. Oh wow, and they sit down, bro. To be honest, once I tell them he's from Santana, they sit down and they start yelling. Oh, you know, it's a trip, bro. I trip out. Crazy. But I like supporting, you know, and I'm happy that you came by. Like I said, I'm a little excited. Thank
you. Of course, man. Same way, man. I grew up. I mean, I wasn't born in Santana, but I grew up in Santana.
Yeah.
You know, I grew up in Delhi, which is down the street. And then I still live here too. Still live in Santana, and like you said too, I think I'm gonna die here too as well.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope. You so what? So did you go to school here?
Yes, I went in elementary. I went to different schools. I went to Monroe. I went to Edison. And then we kind of moved around. So I went to Costa Mesa. I went to Mission Viejo. But then at 5th and 4th grade, I went to Monroe. Graduated there, or I passed. Then I went to McFadden.
Oh, okay.
And then from McFadden, I went to Saddleback.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You graduated from Saddleback?
No, well, I actually graduated from continuation school.
Oh, okay. What's continuation school?
The one at Centennial.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, how, if you don't mind, what year were you born?
1990.
1990.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm from 88, so I was kind of figuring, like, you know, we were the same age, and because when I was in elementary, I moved around a lot too, and me tocó ir a Edison. So I was like, hey, maybe.
I went to Edison too. Yeah, I went to Edison, but I went to Edison my 2nd and 3rd grade.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my 2nd and 3rd grade.
Oh, okay.
And it's funny because one of the girls, a couple of the people that I went with, I bumped into recently because they work like amongst people I know, so that's pretty crazy, you know.
Yeah,
that's pretty dope because now you see them all grown up. And
yeah.
And I remember you looking like that.
And then a lot of us get you know, like me, the people look at me like, oh, they get ya cambió, ya está gordito.
Where'd you go to high school?
I went to Century for 2 years, and then they rolled me out porque I had to go to continuation school too. I went to they were called Axis or Summits. I knew them as Summits, but I think the original name were Axis. And me tocó ir. It was in back of El Pollo Loco, where Bowers is at. Bowers Museum.
Okay.
But I graduated, you know. So I even graduated a year ahead of time. So.
Oh yeah.
So I only went. Pretty much, I did 3 years of high school. So.
3 years? Damn.
Yeah, 3 years of high school.
Century.
Yes.
I grew up by Century. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I remember I used to pass by Century all the time. I was a little kid. I was like, hey, is that a jail?
Oh, that's what they say, huh?
Yeah, if I was little, I was like, hey, is that a jail?
Yeah, that's dope. So you went to MacArthur. Who told me?
No, I didn't go to MacArthur. I went to McFadden.
McFadden. And Saddleback.
McFadden and Saddleback, yeah.
Nice.
And then
and Centennial.
Yeah, you know who also went to Saddleback too? Piolín went to Saddleback.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, Piolín went to Saddleback.
So Piolín was from Santana?
So he was from Santana. I think it's high school years. Yeah.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, because his brother is one of the main guys at Grand California Restaurant. There you go.
Oh, shoot.
He's one of the main cooks. Yeah,
well, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I know who Piolín is. I used to when he was in I think in the radio station aquí locally.
Yeah, that guy went to
I used to hear him all the
Saddleback. Bro, you know who else was born in Santana too? Michael B. Jordan.
I heard about that one.
Yeah, Michael B. Jordan was born. So you know who also lived in Santa Ana for a short period of time was what's his name? I had a freaking the guy from The Godfather. The guy that he's a famous actor back in the older days. ¿Cómo se llama?
The Godfather.
Yeah, the guy for
El que se murió recently?
No, he died a long time
Sonny?
ago. No. This guy was the actual Godfather.
El viejito.
Corleone, yeah.
Oh, Corleone was
yeah, he lived here for like a little bit. I forgot where. I think he lived in Henninger Park.
Oh, damn.
He's famous.
I don't know his name, but the Godfather, pues, the Don, como le dicen, Don Corleone.
Yeah.
Because I've seen all those movies.
He lived here because I guess his parents got divorced and he lived with his grandma or something like that. I remember someone was telling me a story and I didn't believe it.
Well, that's cool because like now with all the social media stuff, we can see there's people in you know like that were born in Santana. You know, we have people that are out there, you know, doing doing things. So and that's why I try to I try to bring this pretty much to light. That's why I call it Las Different Voices, because so people could see, like, there's even alone in Santana, there's a lot of people doing like pretty much big things, and sometimes we don't see it just because we probably don't see them on TV or hear them on the radio, but they're probably in the backgrounds doing big things, so.
And they also bring new restaurants too, man. I went to this new restaurant. Have you heard of it? 701.
701.
Yeah, that's a good.
Where's that one at?
That one's right through original Mike's. Yeah.
Oh, that's what it is.
701. Yeah, 701.
You know what? I think I saw you. I saw a picture of you
dude,
on Instagram.
It's good food, man.
Oh,
the
damn.
food and the drinks are good.
Damn, that's dope. Did you when you were in high school or junior high? Were you playing sports? Were you?
No, I was boxing.
Just boxing?
Yeah, just boxing, man.
What time? How old were you when you started boxing then?
I started late. I started 13. When I was like 2.5 months away from my 14th birthday. So I started boxing when I was 13, going on 14. And then I had my first fight for Valentine's week. So I remember I went to the gym at the end of November, December. So I was trained for 3 months, and I had my first fight.
Oh, damn.
Y la gané. It was right here in Jerome Center. Yeah, too. It was for Valentine's. Whatever.
Was it an amateur?
I was amateur.
Oh,
I won that, and then I won my first national within a year of starting.
Oh, damn.
So we went to this.
What is that, a national for?
National is like, well, this one was an invitational tournament. So everybody from like the U.S., Mexico, Puerto Rico, Europe, like Italy, England, they all get to go. They're all invited. So I went, and I remember that was a tough tournament. It was cool. That was my first tournament. I ended up winning it, and then from there, I ended up losing my first fight. I had like 14 fights. I remember I set the record at the gym for amateurs, like for the record, because I think before me was 9-0, and I ended up beating it by 14-0. That's when I lost my first fight. And then from there, I remember I lost, and then I lost another one after that, and then after that is when I set like a winning streak, dude. I won like a couple nationals back to back. I won the silver gloves, junior golden gloves. I placed. I thought it was a controversial fight at the Junior Olympics, which is for my age. That was the biggest tournament. So I ended up winning silver for that one. And then I was so pissed because I thought I won that fight easily, dude. But unfortunately, I didn't get the decision. And then from then that's when I was 16. I wasn't even 17 yet, and I was already fighting it from the men tournament from 17 to 34.
Oh, damn.
The first tournament I fought was at the Golden Gloves. I wasn't even 17 yet. That was my first fight. I went and I won the tournament. It was a districts, and then I turned 17, and then like a month later I won the whole nationals. Dude.
Oh,
that was
damn.
tough. And then that was the toughest one because I was fighting like grown men. Yeah, dude. So I won the the Golden Gloves. Then I went on to win the U.S. men's under 19s, U.S. men's again. I ended up placing bronze. No, sorry. Yeah, bronze at the Olympic trials.
Oh, damn.
And that was a tough loss.
Did you go to Olympics?
They asked me if I wanted to go, and I said no.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah. I was just mad at the politics, dude.
Oh, okay.
It's very political, and they had asked me if I want to be an alternative. If I would have said yeah, I would have gone, because the guy that was representing my weight class, he ended up not making weights, and then they ended up taking him out. So I could have more than likely gone to the Olympics, but I said no.
And like, say if you go, what do you represent? USA, Mexico,
the US.
US. Oh, okay. That's it's still it's a lot of work, huh?
Oh, man, a lot of dedication. It's 6 days a week, and it's not just like the training; it's the little things too that you have to do, like the eating, the not going out, seeing your family only for a little bit because you have to go to sleep early. You have to wake up early, so. It's hard, man. It's a lot of dedication. A lot of people don't see, and also you gotta like work on the mental aspect too, dude. Like sometimes people do get nervous, and it's normal to get nervous before a big fight. So you gotta control.
Yeah, I will ask you questions like that too, cause I've always liked boxing, but recently the past years I just kind of started getting more love for it.
Yeah.
And eventually I even. Not to say that I'm a boxer, but I went to the gym for about a year and a half. I went to Rounders,
Yeah.
Just playing around,
Yeah.
But then pretty much I started for like a year and a half, and then when COVID stopped, I'm like, pretty much everything, work and everything kind of got in the mix, and I had to let it go.
Yeah,
but But I got to understand, you know, what you guys go through, man. I was like, and I only went 1 hour every other day, you know, for the class that they gave. And I was just like, man, well, you guys are warriors, bro.
Yeah, dude. Sometimes I would work out for like 2.5 to 4 hours a day. That was just one workout. I would have to run.
One workout?
I would just have to run, strength and conditioning, stuff like that.
So, what age did you become a pro?
19.
19.
Yeah, 19.
How was that? Like, well, let me backtrack a little bit. How did you get into boxing? Was it on your own will? Like, tú quisiste, or you got inspired by somebody, or someone told you, you know?
So, my mom remarried. Because her and my dad got divorced, and she remarried, which a lot of people probably know, Alexis Rocha. Yeah. He's another boxer.
Okay.
She remarried to his dad. And then when they remarried, they went on a trip. I can't remember where. I want to say Mexico, like Ensenada or something like that, or Vegas. I can't remember. So my tío took care of us. And my tío was taking care of us, and my tío's a big boxing fan. And I remember he had a magazine, a KO magazine. It was Sugar Shane Mosley versus Vernon Forrest Part 2. And I remember the names caught my attention. I was like, those are badass names. So I picked up the magazine and started reading it. And I don't know, ever since then I just fell in love with it. And I watched my first fight that week, and it was Floyd Mayweather versus Jose Luis Castillo Part 2. And I was like, yeah, I remember I watched it, like, oh man, and I started watching more boxing. And then I started training on my own. And then I just on my own, dude. I was just running, you know, shadow boxing, doing stuff that I thought it was. And then I went to the gym, and that's when I met my coach, Hector Lopez, for the first time. This was right after the Fres Oquendo versus Chris Bird fight. And then, yeah, from then on, we just started. I started my career with him, and I finished my career with him.
And I seen his face, you know, but so you've only had one trainer pretty much your whole life?
One trainer.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I seen him like I see the posts, because I do follow Alexis Rocha too. I follow Drew, you know, so I see the same guy pretty much. So that's why I was asking if you never changed trainer pretty much.
No, I never did. I never did.
I when I was a kid, I went with like 3 friends of mine or 2 to Jerome, and they're like, let's go boxing. We walked it over there. I went for a week, but obviously I went with the wrong kids.
Yeah.
So we left after that and never went back. You know, obviously, también pues no quise yo, si no me quedara. But había un guy, and he's at Rounders. I remember that guy was there.
Hugo. Yeah.
Did you ever train with that guy?
Well, the funny thing was my uncle. He's like, yeah, no, a boxing gym. He's like, I'm gonna take you tomorrow. You and your brother. My older brother was a fighter too. He's like, I'm gonna take you guys tomorrow. So when we went to the gym, we were supposed to go train with him, because that's the guy that my uncle had heard, but he wasn't there that day. So I remember we had the forms, we filled out the forms, and we gave them to Coach Hector, which is my coach. So we gave them to him, and he became our coach instead of the other dude. So that's a funny story.
How does that like you and him as a trainer or boxer as trainer, and especially how many years have you boxed?
14,
since 14,
like 19.
Right now, 19 years.
Yeah.
How does that relationship go? You know, give us a little, or I mean, obviously you can't give a whole story, but what's that relationship like as trainer? Because you spend a lot of time with him.
Right? I mean, it's kind of hard for me to say, because I can't say father and son, because my dad was never around too much. But if I can say something like it would probably be father and son.
That's how much respect you gave to them at the end of the day.
Yeah. Much. We still talk all the time.
You guys bump heads ever as a trainer?
Oh, you always do. It's like it's not the same, but it's like with your wife. Everybody always bumps heads.
Because you spend so much time with them, huh?
Yeah. It's the same thing. It's like you get little arguments and stuff. You know, sometimes someone says stuff that pisses you off, and so it's like a relationship, man. It's like not everything always goes smooth. Like. I get in fights with my wife, not serious fights, but like these arguments.
Yeah, it's
obviously
part
I'm
of
pretty
life.
sure you do too.
Yeah.
It's just normal, it's people. It's just life.
People have moods, yeah.
Yeah,
every day it changes.
With my mom, I get in arguments with my mom too.
So you grew up in Santana, pretty much.
I grew up in Santana by Del.
And you never thought of moving out?
We did for 1 year. We moved. Well, because I remember at the time I wasn't fighting and I was kind of struggling, so we moved to Orange. right there by the mining company. Nice area. And then we moved back, and then we moved to Irvine for a few months because we were gonna buy, so we had to go somewhere for a short period of time. So we ended up moving to Irvine, right there by the marketplace. That was cool too. And then we moved back. Like we always move back, no matter what. So we bought our first house right here by Memorial Park.
Oh, okay.
And then we sold that house, and we made a real good amount of money. And we bought our other spot in Cabrillo Park.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you live on that side right now?
I live in Cabrillo Park.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. I used to live over there. Well, I lived everywhere in Santa Ana, but as a kid, we used to go to Cabrillo Park a lot.
Yeah. So I live like walking distance to Cabrillo Park
okay.
or Mayberry Park, one of those two.
Oh, okay. That's dope. You know, we were the same. You know, we didn't get this house. We don't have a long time with it, but me and my wife were like, you know what? Because everybody's trying to move to Corona, Riverside areas, you know, because they say it's cheaper, but
it's going up in price too, man. It's going up in price, and then all that money you're gonna save all the money you're gonna save on the house, you're gonna spend it on gas. And not only that, I'm a firm believer that time's more important than that. So the time, 1.5 hours each way, that's 3 hours a day.
It's a lot.
Working 5 days a week, that's 15 hours a week. 60 hours a month.
We'll get to that too, cause you're a real estate, right?
Yes, sir.
You're a real estate, so
Yeah.
we'll get to that. So, you know, the people that see this can also probably that are interested can contact me or you in regards to a property, and I could refer you, or
of course.
or they can follow you through your Instagram. But we'll get to that. You know, we'll get to that real estate
course.
part.
I had a question. What year were you Saddleback High School too?
Business photos.
Let me see.
I think she's the only one on, but she'll respond. Yeah, that I imagine, especially for 19 years. How old are you right now?
32.
32. Cause I'm 34. How is it on your body right now? Like, how do you feel? Like, do you feel like you can keep going more years, or do you? Feel
right now, I'm not fighting at the moment. I'm not fighting at the moment. I feel like I could go, but it's just, you know, when you lose, emotion, it's a mental, like emotional, like, you know, setback. Like you're like, fuck, I don't want to do this for the time being and stuff. So it's.
Cause I saw the fight. I saw the last one. You know, I was on it. And I was like, I gotta see this fight. Cause it was a good main card, and they were all for belts, and I was like, we're gonna bring a belt. Talk the process, the mind state process. Like what's the feeling you get like this last fight? Like
you get nervous because it's a world title. Yeah, you get nervous. And you know, depending on how you can overcome it or how you process it, you can come through. But yeah, it's tough, dude. It's really tough when you're fighting on that stage for like the belts. Yeah. And then when you lose, it's a lot harder, man.
Yeah, I bet. I've never been through it, but I imagine it's a lot of mental stuff.
Yeah.
Like not even physical at the end, right?
No, I mean it's still physical because you have to be in shape. You have to get your body into shape, but yeah, a lot of it's also mental too.
How is it like? Cause I seen you knock out people too. What's a good win? Like let's just say you go for 12 rounds and that guy doesn't really touch you and you're just beating him and you win like pretty much you took the 12 rounds. What's a good win like that you feel like or like when you knock him out in the first round or you know what I mean? What's the type of fight that you say like like that?
Probably when you make him quit.
When you make him quit.
When you make him quit.
Not knock down, like take him out.
Well, that
like
too, or when they like you know when they're in the corner or as long as you get the kill, I think that's that's.
How's that feeling, bro? Like being in the ring, like you feel powerful.
I mean, yeah, you feel powerful, you feel confident, but you know, I mean, there's that you gotta control your nerves as well too, but you feel in shape for sure.
She responded 2005 to 2009.
I wonder if she went to because I went 2008. Maybe she's. No, I graduated 08, so it was 04 to 08. I probably knew her.
Yeah, probably. It's a small world, you know.
Yeah,
it's a small world.
Very small world. Yeah. Like when you told me you knew Juan, I was like, what the hell?
You surprised me too. Well, let me tell you, cause I had the Canelo fight.
Yeah.
I'm like, I already paid for it, but like I said, they're more like I think they're more UFC guys.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like, then they had music. It was a party. So I put it on just on my phone. We couldn't hear anything, you know what I mean? And I told him, hey, I'm watching the fight. I told one or two guys, you know, they were watching the fight, but you can't hear nothing.
Yeah.
And then it's on the phone, you know. I had it like that. And then the fight was over, and he was talking to me. and he was telling me like, oh, you know, I heard this guy. I'm like, well, there's a lot of Mexican fighters, you know, there's a lot of good guys. And he's like, have you heard anything about like Ronny Rios and stuff like that? And I was like, nah, but that's when I told him, hey, he might come into my podcast, you know.
Nah, that's crazy.
And then he's like, well, he's my homie, you know. I'm like, he's like, for reals? He's like, he's my homie. And I'm like, oh, for reals? And he's like, hey, tell him you know me, you know.
Yeah, that's
that way
crazy.
he goes for sure. So I was like, you know what, I am.
I still have his number too. I was
Yeah?
yeah. We had a class together, but I don't remember which class.
Yeah, he told me you went to school to him, right? Pretty much. And stuff
Yeah,
like
no,
that.
I met him. Damn, I met him in McFadden, I think. Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
The McFaddens, I've known him for a long time.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's a small world, like I said.
You
At the end of the day, like my wife went to school with him. He knows him from they were kids.
But they're still in Riverside, right?
No, they're right here. They live, I think, with their parents.
Oh, really?
They moved back down here. Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, because
Yeah.
I remember he told me they wanted to stay in Riverside.
Yeah. I think like a year back.
Oh, crap.
Mm,
That's crazy.
like a year.
I forgot where he lived at, though. Or where his mom lived at.
Yeah. Right here, I think it's past Bristol Memory Lane area.
Okay. Oh, that's
Bristol,
nice area.
Yeah, it's a good area. Pretty much these last 4th of July's, at least three or four, we've gone to their house in that area.
In Riverside? Or
No,
that
right here on that section, and it's pretty cool right there, bro. Like the people, you could tell people decorate in that neighborhood. The people decorate their houses. They
For 4th of July?
the barbecues
Dude,
outside. Everybody.
4th
you
of
know?
July. I
Yeah.
try to go all out for that one.
Yeah,
I get a lot of fireworks in that
Yeah.
one.
we had a class together,
I know.
but I don't know if you remember what class. Oh,
But I don't remember which one. Damn. What's your real name, though?
a ver si te contesta.
A ver si
What's
con-
your real name? If you want to put it on there,
Maybe she's like,
your
yeah,
address and phone number too.
Nah,
Just
nah,
like,
don't.
Yeah, California ID. Yeah, but yeah, like I said, I've seen a couple of your fights, bro. You know, and every time someone brings up your name around here, you know that because you do get brought up in conversations, believe it or not.
No, really?
Because I like boxing, bro. So people talk to me and he's like, hey, have you heard of Ronny Rios? I'm like, yeah, I've heard of him. And the way I always put it is like, bro, I think he's like the original first guy in Orange County. You know, I'm not sure if there's more fighters in Orange County that have taken, at least in Santana for sure. That's how I bring it.
Yeah.
That have gotten to the level you have gotten.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm like, that's dope. You know, because he's from Santana. He's gotten in the big stages. You know, otherwise I've never seen nobody. Whoa.
Alexis.
Now him. But it's like I think you're probably the first and the.
No, I mean there was also Chimpa too. He's Chimpa boy. I think he's
I
from
don't know
Garden
who he
Grove.
is. Oh,
He started
okay.
training with the gym.
Is he an older guy?
No, he's
Oh,
younger than I
like
am.
oh, okay, okay.
That, but he's younger than I am. Yeah, so.
Okay, because I saw a documentary a while back of a guy from Santana Garden Grove, but I think that became big, but in the
Carlos
70s.
Palomino?
No, in the 70s. Was it him?
I think it was Carlos Palomino.
Oh, okay, I think so.
Yeah, because he became big too.
Yeah, he was.
Berenice.
Yeah.
Damn,
But yeah, man, how does that feel? How does that feel, bro? Or when was the first time that you looked like oh shoot, I'm right here? Your first fight that you said like, oh shoot, I'm fighting here.
No, not the first one. That's never crossed my mind. Like,
No?
I can't believe I got here. No, it still hasn't really hit me, dude. It never did. I was like, damn, I can't believe I'm here. Not like that. I was always trying to get better. I was always focused on, doing what I had to do. What could I do to get better? But I was never like, oh yeah, hell yeah, I got here. Like that was never my mentality. My mentality was like, oh, we got to keep grinding. We got to keep working hard.
But in regards to like a stadium, you're like, oh shoot, I'm fighting here. Like nothing like that ever crossed your mind? Like, oh,
I mean,
shoot, I'm
I think
here.
the closest one was probably the MGM Grand, or maybe the Mandalay Bay, which one was? No, I think Mandalay Bay. I was like, oh crap! I remember I looked up, it was crazy.
Yeah.
But besides
Looking
that,
at the crowd, no. What is it? Or you just focus on the fight?
yeah, you're focused on the fight. More than likely, you're focused on the fight. But when you look up, you're like, oh crap! Sometimes you're like, oh man, it's pretty crowded, or oh crap! Like sometimes you hear your names, like, oh that's crazy. But I hear it more when my brother fights. Like when he hears like, oh crap! Like I can hear certain people screaming stuff out, or like if it's loud, I'm like, oh man, that's loud. Like,
how's that feeling? Cause both of you are fighters, both of you are brothers. Like maybe when he's in the stage, do you feel a certain way?
I feel more nervous when he fights.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm like sweating. If you see me, if you ever see me when they're the cameraman, you can probably see me sweating from my armpits.
Oh shoot! No, I haven't. To be honest, I haven't. I've probably seen more fights than your brothers. But I seen like maybe one or two of his when it's like, oh shoot, he's fighting. He's on this card, you know, like so. And I know he's recently fighting. And actually, you know what? I'm a sport guy. I'm not a sport guy. I like sports, but I don't have teams. But I've always had boxing teams, and I know. Like Jojo Diaz, I follow him, and I actually looked up the tickets, and I was like, they're not that super.
Well, my brother's fighting the same card he's fighting.
Yeah, that's what I saw.
Yeah, that's like badass.
I've never been to one, and I was like, they're not that bad. Cause I have a brother-in-law that man, he's into boxing. He's like, me and you never gone. Let's go.
You guys should go there.
I haven't. I've been busy, but I'm like, you know what? If I make time for it, it's not.
October 29th. Yeah. You guys should go, man.
Yeah,
she's like Chimpa. Yeah. They're real cool. They've been working out at our gym. They're real cool peeps, man.
No, she must know about boxing, huh?
I mean, she probably knows who they are because they're local too.
Yeah,
they're real cool people too.
Yeah, I actually started following her too. Not too long ago.
Lorraine. Yeah,
she's a buzz. Saludos to everybody. Not to people. But thank you. Thank you.
That's crazy.
What was I gonna ask? I was gonna ask a question. Yeah. So when your brother fights, te sientes más nervioso than when you're fighting? What goes through your head, bro? When you get in the ring with anybody, like what do you think? Like what kind of mood you get in?
I mean, you get in a fighting mood, but it's kind of hard because you're thinking to yourself like you're always telling yourself, okay, you know, the stuff that you practice in training camp, and you have to go out there and you have to do what you were taught, you know. So that's on your mind, and you know, you gotta continue to tell yourself, don't let the crowd get you into like something else. There was one fight that I fought, man, that we had a certain game plan going to the fight, and then when the bell rang, I just threw it out. I didn't even listen. I just went out there and I fought. I ended up winning. That was like that dude that I fought. He's a really tough dude. His name was Andrew Cancio. He ended up becoming a world champion after that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that was a good fight, man.
Cause you have how many fights? Like 40 something, right?
I have 33 and 37.
Oh, okay, 37. Okay,
yeah,
that was close. What would you be like? Can you name the toughest fight you've had or no?
Probably the last one, the one I lost. That one was tough. That dude hit hard. That Andrew Cancio, that was tough.
What was that guy? Was he like Middle Eastern or what?
He was Russian.
Russian? Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, cause I saw that fight. He and I was like, what is that guy? Like, I didn't pay attention to like his flags or anything.
Yeah.
I was like, he has a weird last name. Wonder where he's from. But so that one you consider one of your toughest fights?
That one, my first loss. That one, dude. That one was tough too. My first loss, cause I remember it was in the second round, and I turned away from my opponent, and he, which was my fault, and he ended up throwing a straight right and hit me like on the side of the head. I remember that was the first time I ever fell in my fight in my career. I remember it was like someone turning off the lights, and I was like, oh shit. And then I remember I regained my consciousness. I was on the floor. I was like, damn, how the hell did I get here? So I hit myself, and I got back up, and that was in the second round. And then the referee ended up stopping it in the sixth round. So that was another tough one too, because I had suffered a concussion, so fighting. I had suffered concussion, so fighting through that was very difficult.
What does it go through like because it's cool, you know, like, so people that hear can also like, I guess, understand a little bit, but and for me too, like let's just say what's your mind state? Because even everybody was saying like Canelo, after this loss he's gonna be better, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
What's your mind state, bro? Like let's say after a loss, do you get more motivated, or do you take your time? Do you have to think about it?
I mean, it depends how you lose, especially for like, if you lose. For me, I'm just giving it from my point of view. If you lose in a level like that for world belts, you're like, damn, you know, you have to start from scratch. So then you gotta go back out, you gotta go to training, you gotta, you know, fight your way up to the top, and especially like sometimes it's just like, oh man, I have to start over again. Like, it's kind of hard, you know. Yeah. So, and especially because it's heartbreaking, dude. It's like when you lose, the last thing you want to do is go to the gym. Yeah. You want to, you know, after you lose, you want to do stuff that you weren't ever able to do and stuff.
Yeah. What about when you win? Like, how do you feel? Like, do you feel like, Like, am I ready for it? Like, I'm ready for the next fight, or do you also like, you know what? I'm gonna take a break.
No, you take a break.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always wise to take a break and spend time with your family because obviously you work so hard. You want to be able to enjoy that time you could with your family, you know. Because at the end of the day, you're doing this for yourself and for them too. So, what's the point of just winning a big fight and just going back to training? Now you gotta enjoy. You gotta enjoy the little things, you know. You gotta enjoy your family, the little things like eating a cheeseburger.
How long is a camp? Like okay, let me ask this question. When you're training for a fight, obviously it's heavy duty work. Pretty much, that's like 2-3 questions in a row. How long is a camp, and what's the difference between like on your free time? Because do you train on like, okay, say you don't have a fight in 6 months, like do you train the same? Do you train less? Like, do you train to prepare? Like, say a fight comes tomorrow, we're ready. How does that work? Like training camp, like fight camp, and like regular training.
Regular training, you don't want to burn yourself out, so you're gonna just go out there just to keep your weight down. You know, probably practice on certain things that you didn't do right during the fight, but it's mostly just to keep your weight down because that's the number one thing, in my opinion, is fighters' downfalls of weight gain. Some fighters gain 20, 30, 40 pounds, and they have to cut it in 8 weeks. And it's draining, dude. And by the time you show up to the fight, you're spent from trying to cut all that weight.
So fight camp is 8 weeks, pretty much.
8, 10, 12 weeks, depending. Okay. Depends. But I mean, sometimes when we used to fight like 4 rounds, training was like camps were like 6 weeks.
Oh, okay.
And then when we started fighting more rounds, then you have to go up to 8, 10, 12.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it depends how many rounds you're going. That's how many weeks you train.
Yeah, because sparring is the most important part, and we have to spar. We spar for a while too.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, that's the hardest one.
Do you and your brother ever spar?
Yeah, he actually helped me out a lot because he's southpaw, and the guy fought last with southpaw. So
okay.
Obviously he can't go that hard on me because he outweighs me he outweighed me by like 20 pounds.
And both of you have the same trainer.
We have the same trainer.
Oh, okay, so and
same team.
Yeah, same team. And shout out to Drew. I mean, hopefully one day we get in here. I hit him up. What is he like to you? Like
he's one of the coaches.
Oh, he coaches.
Yeah, he's one of the coaches too.
Oh, okay, I thought he was like cup man or something like that.
No, he's one of the coaches.
Oh,
and,
okay.
He does a lot too. You know, like you said, shout out to Drew. He helped out. All the coaches helped out a lot, but you know, Drew helped out a lot too. He took us to go spar and stuff like that. So
yeah, that yeah, like I said, I met him once, and then I talked to him a couple times online through Larry the G. He presented me to him. But no se ha hecho. So hopefully one day, you know, I try not to be too pushy, because sometimes I do hit girls up too, and it's like, I don't want to, you know, sometimes it's like they're gonna think like, who's this perv hitting me up, you know, like who's this guy coming on my DMs. Pero yeah, so it's like, you know, I send a message and well, the hopes que alguien responda, you know. So thank you, porque también I'm new to this, you know, so I'm trying to push it and just see what I get out of it.
Yeah, that'd be crazy, dude. Yeah. And hopefully blow up.
Hopefully
continue to put Santa Ana on the map, man.
Yeah.
Santa Ana's changing so much. Yeah.
What do you think with all this like downtown stuff, the scenes? Do you te la pasas allá? Do you go over there a lot?
I live by there. I live by Cabrillo, so it's not.
Yeah, it's not that far.
It's not that far. Oh my gosh, the stuff that they're putting, the new restaurants. You know, they're trying to bring that place 701. They're trying to bring bigger artists. They're trying to bring bigger artists to Santa Ana, so that's gonna hopefully bump up everything. But yeah, I think eventually, dude, I'm gonna say this. I think Santa Ana will be like
a mini LA.
Yeah, like probably like the next big city.
We're gonna start seeing different stuff, huh?
Yeah.
Different people come out of here. Different people coming in here. You know, so yeah, it's changing, huh? It's changing.
Yeah, it's changing big, and it's changing for the better, man.
Yeah.
Like I always said, we get a better reputation from the media, from a lot of the news and stuff, and hopefully that will change. You know, not just because obviously you got to change it within itself to fulfill that. So
I do see. Okay, let me ask this, because we're talking about Santana and that you pretty much grew up here, and you've had the same coach. But I for some the other day, I do, like I said, I watch boxing channels too, and I saw what's his name? ES News, I think that's what it's called.
Oh yeah, Eli Setback.
And Eli Setback, and he was at the Robert Garcia training gym, and you were there.
That was probably an old one.
Yeah, it was an old one. it was an old video. I saw it a long time ago, and I remember that. I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna bring that topic up. What were you doing over there, if you don't mind asking? Like
Training.
training?
Yeah. So when we spar, we gotta go spar. Like for example, we have to spar certain people with their styles. We have to go elsewhere. Robert Garcia has a lot of people. Manny Robles does a lot of people too. So we go to Robert Garcia. We went to Wild Card a few times. We went to Legends a few times. You know, just because you gotta get that working, so you gotta go to different gyms and get that. That's one of the things about Southern California, man. Is has so many good fighters that you can move around and go and spar and, you know, get that working.
I was just kind of thinking, oh, he probably before I asked if that was always your trainer, but I was just like, I'm still gonna ask because I thought I'm like, oh, you're probably training for a certain fight under Robert or something like that.
No, they take us to go spar.
Oh, okay,
getting that working, yeah.
Cool. Who you could say like who's somebody that in boxing that kind of you look up to, motivated you, or you could say that's my number one boxer right there. Favorite boxer or.
When I talked to Julio Cesar Senior, he gave me some good advice. So he's up there, you know. He's a good guy. He gave me some good advice. Freddie Roach too. He was a cool guy too. He gave me some good advice. Oscar De La Hoya, obviously.
But in regards to like do they inspire like is that somebody growing up that you saw fighting like cool, that's my guy?
No, yeah. Growing up, I saw him fight Fernando Vargas too. I saw him too. You know, he's actually Cincinnati not that long ago.
Fernando Vargas?
Yeah.
That's dope.
He was eating. He's with one of my boys that owns a restaurant, so he was at his restaurant eating.
Cool.
But yeah, you can get inspiration, but you can't like go off of it too much because as a fighter, you have to find that inspiration within yourself too. You gotta have, you know, you can't wait for somebody to tell you to do something or que le eches ganas. You have to want it. So you gotta wake yourself up. You have to wake up on your own instead of having so and so tell you, so and so motivate you. No, that's not the case. You have to motivate yourself and you have to go forward and strive for the best.
Yeah, that's good, and I think that works for everything, right?
Yeah,
pretty much. You can't rely on nobody but yourself.
I mean, you can have people help you, but at the end of the day, it's gonna be up to you how much. It's like you and your business. Like, you can't have people just giving you business. You have to go out there and you have to go collect it, right? You have to go out there and you have to market yourself, do stuff. And like I said, man, people, even family too, they're gonna say that they want the best for you, but at the end of the day, it's, you know, when stuff hits the fan, they're gonna stop talking to you, they're gonna stop hanging out with you. So it's up to you to want to move forward for you and your family, dude, because, you know, your immediate family, they're always gonna be there for you no matter what, and you gotta move forward.
Yeah, pretty much that's what it is. And it's like you said, it depends how bad we want it, right?
Yeah,
we want to do it or not at the end of the day,
because, you know, unfortunately, we need money to survive. So you have to go out there and you have to grind. Not just boxing. You have to do whatever it is people are doing. You know, whether it's acting, I don't know, working 2 different jobs. You got to put food on the table because we all have families and we all got to move forward. But, you know, you just, like I said, le tienes que echar ganas. You got to move forward with anything. Now
that you brought that up, the money part. So, because you're a pro at 19.
I was a pro at 19, yeah.
Like did you rely just on boxing money?
Yeah, I did. I never had a job.
Oh, so you've never...
I never had a job until after one of my losses. I took a break from boxing, and then I started working like different jobs, and I started working real estate. This was about 4 or 5 years ago, and for me, real estate was I really like real estate because I love homes. You know, I was telling my wife today, I was like, damn, it's tough because when I go show people homes, it's like, man, I would like something like this, and we just bought our place. So that's one of the parts that I find difficult. It's like, damn, you know, you're just looking at stuff. But that's that's like another passion of mine is like real estate, because, you know, like I said.
And how did you get into real estate? Like did someone introduce you, or you just said, you know what?
So I have a good buddy of mine. He's older than me. He has his own State Farm insurance. So when I met him, we were real good friends for a long time. And then he's like, hey, you know what, dude? He's like, you know what? I want to introduce you to my cousin. So I met his cousin. His cousin was really cool. So I knew him for years. And he told me, I was like, I'm a real estate agent, but I also do stuff on the stocks. So every time we would go out, we would talk, and it would be a very good conversation. So when I stopped fighting for that short period of time, I was like, you know what, I want to do real estate. So I started working with him, and we started hanging out more. you know, I started getting deals. We started hanging out more. And then when I went back to boxing, I kind of stopped working as much because I was too busy with boxing. But I've been going back, and you know, like I got another one right now that I showed her some homes, and hopefully we can get into escrow pretty soon. But
so right now, but if like let's say, can you do both at the same time, boxing and that, or
well, right now I'm not
fighting?
fighting. Yeah, right now I'm not fighting. You can do both.
You can do both.
You can do both, and then also too, we also have my mom. She also has her cleaning company too, so I was helping her with that one too.
Okay,
yeah.
That's cool. That's cool. So you're hustling pretty much all the time, no matter what, right?
I mean, when I was training, I was being lazy, man. I would go train. I would train hard, but I would just go home and just watch TV and stuff. Right now, I'm trying. Obviously, I have to do different stuff, you know.
But training is hustling, right?
No, it's hustling. But you hustle for like 2, 3, maybe 4 hours, and then you go home and you just obviously rest because you have to. But then sometimes you get into bad habits, like.
Yeah. Do you drink?
Now I do.
Now you do.
Now I do. Yeah.
But like in your past years, no.
I would only drink after like a big fight, like to celebrate.
Okay.
Yeah.
After all that,
yeah,
pretty much all that work is done.
Yeah, or well, occasionally I would go out, have like, if I would go out, I'd have a beer or two, or a martini, you know. But now I drink more than I used to before, obviously.
Yeah.
But you know, since I told you about that 6-week challenge, I've been working out.
Well, it's good, huh? It's good because I drink too, but I work out, bro. I mean, obviously not 4 hours.
Not anymore.
I'll do 30 minutes every other day.
All right.
But it's like, man, I know if I let go of the beer, I'll probably get a little bit.
I mean, dude, I stopped drinking a couple of days ago, and I've already lost 8 pounds.
Oh shoot!
In like 2 or 3 days.
A ver, acá pa todos. What's the secret, bro?
It's all in the eating, bro.
It's pretty much eating. You
it's all pretty much eating, yeah. Because I'm still working out. Like today, I biked like 15 miles. So I lost.
Oh shoot!
Yeah, yesterday I did 3 miles in like 20-something minutes. So I'm still training, but you know it's all in the eating, dude. I mean, you can. I'm not saying you can't eat junk food, because come on, man, we're all human beings, and it's okay to enjoy fattening food here and there, but you know, you gotta just be cautious of how much you enjoy. You can't have a cheeseburger every single day, but once a week, I think, you know, if you want to look good, I think once a week is more than enough.
What I had a good question. It just blanked me. Okay. After our training camp, do you have a certain food that you're like, I gotta eat this, or do you just random, like, I'm just gonna eat whatever?
After a fight?
After like all that camp, after all that is done, like, do you have something like I want a hamburger or something, or like, you know what, I want a steak?
I'm kind of like the same. You know, if I always go to the same restaurants and I get the same food. I always go to TGI Fridays.
Okay.
When I go to TGI Fridays, I only stick to 2 meals. I either get the steak or I get the Jack Daniel's cheeseburger. We go to TGI Fridays, Olive Garden. You always gotta get the lasagna, Maggiano's lasagna. So I'm pretty much like, you know.
So that's what you go for.
I mean, pretty much In and Out occasionally. You can never go wrong with McDonald's, you know. Gotta get the chicken nuggets with the fries, double cheeseburger, and this caramel sundae. That's my meal right there.
But you guys, as boxers, you go sometimes long time.
Yeah, you go months without eating stuff. Yeah, you go like lately, like, you know, like I'm still working out like 6 days a week just to. That's what I was telling someone. I was like, man, you know what pisses me off? And they're like, what? Because I'm still working out like 6 days a week, sometimes 2 times a day. And I'm still gaining weight. So that for me is like heartbreak. It's like, damn.
Is that like a habit now? Like, because you've been pretty much fighting a long time. Like, say, do you feel like even if you don't fight, the rest of your life, you feel like you still gotta wake up to run and work out? Like,
I mean, I don't wake up too early. I wake up and I go drop off my son at school, come back. I always gotta drink my coffee and then I go run. Yeah, so, you know, it's always a habit for me.
It's a habit.
Yeah, it's a habit. Come back,
work out.
Unless I have to do something like if I have to go to show homes, or if I have to go meet somebody, or, you know, do this. But I always gotta drink my coffee, man. I'm a big coffee drinker.
I actually let go of coffee.
You did?
Yeah, I let go of coffee. I was a big coffee drinker, but recently I got sick, and I I just let go. I let go of coffee and pretty much because I was drinking 2 coffees a day and a Red Bull.
Ooh.
And I was like, okay,
You drink that much?
I let it go. I haven't been drinking none of that stuff. But even today, I was like, I have a thing for sweets. And I was like, that's why I can't. I still have my gut, but it's like I gotta let go of sugar and stuff like that. You know,
it's hard though. It's hard,
it's
man.
hard.
Especially when you don't have to weigh in anymore. So it's hard. But those 6-week challenges. Because I told my buddy, I was like, all right, man. If you're gonna make me diet and work out for 6 weeks, it has to be worth it, man. So it's like, okay. I was like, Water Grill. Have you right there? That's a good place. Vodka right here on South Coast. That place is good too. And I was like, it has to be a good steak because I'm a big steak eater, man.
Damn. Yeah, you know what? Recently, I like shout out to Stoop Down. You know, he's coming through every other weekend. Well, that's one of my cuñados too.
Oh, really?
That we come and watch fights. You know what I mean? And he's brings down some tomahawks and stuff like that.
Oh,
so we've been barbecuing some tomahawks.
From where?
Well, it depends, you know. Sometimes it's like, let's just go to Stater Brothers, you know. We'll go get some tomahawks there.
You know, I have some good steaks, man. Have you ever heard of this place called Los Músicos?
Oh, yeah, I've gotten some stuff right there, too. Yeah, it's down the street right here.
Yeah, it's on Fairview. Dude, they got some good cuts, man.
Yeah, I like it right there. Está carito right there, huh?
It is. One of my buddies, he cones it, yeah. So he cones it. That's why he named it Los Músicos, because he also...
Look at who joined. Saludos. That's Juan right there.
Oh, Juan. So Juan, I heard you're in Orange County now.
Yeah, but steaks, man. Maybe one time we'll get together and watch a fight right here. You know.
Yeah, let me know.
Yeah, we'll hook up some steaks.
It's funny though because like me, I'm a creature of habit. You know what that is?
No.
A creature of habit is somebody that does the same thing over and over.
Oh, okay.
It's the same thing. Hangs out with the same people. So I'm either chilling with my mom, my brothers, my suegros, or the few buddies that I told you about. I only have like 5 good friends, 5 or 6 good friends that I chill with.
I think that's just getting old.
Maybe.
Yeah, because I'm the same way too, bro. I noticed antes I'd be doing running around. Now I catch myself doing the like ¿cómo se dice? Like the same stuff, you know what I mean? Like now I go here every other day, now I go here every other day, then I repeat it. But I think it's just but I don't know. I'm just saying.
Well, right now it's harder because my little one just started going to kindergarten. So
oh yeah.
They started in kindergarten, so like we've been trying to go to all the activities.
How many kids you have?
I have one. We have one on the way.
Oh, congratulations.
Boy or girl? The one on the way is a girl.
Oh, okay. And you have one boy?
One boy. Yeah, he's 5.
Oh, he's 5.
Routine. Yeah. What's your routine?
There it is. Routine. She got the word. Yeah.
What's creature of habit? Routine.
Yeah,
there you go. What's your routine? I want to see what she says. Because I'm telling you, man, I do the same things all the time. Either work out, go chill with, the family, or go.
And it's good to have, though. It's good to have a routine, I think,
Well, we just booked a trip because we also like to travel a lot. We love to travel, so we just booked a vacation. So that's
where to, if you don't mind me asking?
Puerto Vallarta.
Oh shit,
yeah,
that's cool.
This is gonna be our 5th time going.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
how is it over there?
Oh, dude, it's so dope.
Paradise.
I always used to say I hate changes. Yeah, I mean sometimes change is good though. But so I used to love going to Puerto Vallarta over Cabo. Yeah, I used to love it because we used to stay at the same resort. Obviously, we know the people there. We used to go do the same activities, same restaurants, and then I've been to Cabo 3 or 4 times. So we used to go to Vallarta all the time, dude, because same thing. But we went to Cabo in December. And we stayed at this new resort. It was just me, my wife, and my son. We stayed at this new resort in Cabo. It's called the Hard Rock. Dude, that freaking hotel. Oh my gosh, dude. That thing was a mind. That blew our mind, dude. My kid doesn't want to go anywhere else but that hotel.
The Hard Rock?
Yeah, they have slides. They got a game room for the kids. They got concerts pretty much every day, dude. Yeah, they got concerts.
In Cabo?
In Cabo, yeah. And it's away from everything, too, dude. Because when we used to go to Cabo, we used to stay around the Medano Beach, which is a marina. That's like where all the clubs, the few clubs that they have, that's where they're at. But this time we stayed like 30 minutes away, dude. It was like,
more secluded?
Yeah, more secluded. It's a little pricier, dude, but you see like football players there. You see a lot of stuff. Yeah. But man, that was a real game changer for Cabo, so that was so dope.
Yeah, me and my wife were actually talking about that the other day. Hey, what do we go hit up for your birthday, Vallarta or Cabo? we're looking into it, but I was just like, at the moment, we're like, let's just wait a little bit because of work.
Yeah.
But
I mean, if you go to Vallarta, I like staying at the Marina.
The Marina.
Yeah, the Marina. That it's not too far away from the Malecon, which is like where all the hot spots, all the nightclubs. Or if you go to Cabo, do the Hard Rock, dude. It's a little pressure, but it's worth it.
Yeah. Did you ever hear about Isaac Colunga? He's out of Riverside.
Yeah, he trained with Robert. I think he's the one. I think he's my buddy that got shot, right? Was he the one that got paralyzed?
I don't know.
I think.
I don't know. But yeah, so that sucks. I mean, hopefully not. So that guy got shot.
No, cause yeah, it is him. Totally. Yeah, he was a good guy. He's part of a few times.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, poor guy, man.
Yeah, that
dude,
sucks.
the way it happened, that's tragic, dude. That is tragic.
I think I've heard of that guy.
Yeah. So I guess, I don't want to get into full detail. Cause
Yeah,
I
yeah,
still
yeah.
talk to everybody there, but that was tragic.
That sucks. Yeah.
That was like a freak accident too, man.
Yeah. I think I heard of that guy. But yeah, we were talking about the Puerto Vallarta and stuff. Where would you recommend better? Because you've gone to them a couple times each, right?
Okay. So look, if you go to Vallarta, it's gonna be cheaper. Some hotels are all inclusive. Some are like the one. We also got married in Manzanillo too. Manzanillo, it was okay, but Vallarta and Cabo are way better.
Oh, okay.
But if you go to Cabo, dude, I don't know, the Hard Rock. Oh my gosh, that was so cool, man. That was dope, dude. It was real cool, and they also have bowling there too, a little extra charge. But Vallarta is dope too. Vallarta is it's like, obviously when you go to Cancun and Cabo, it's higher end, so it doesn't feel like Mexico at times. But if you go to Vallarta, it feels like Mexico, because the service, everything. I'm not saying that there's bad service in both of them, but it's just different. You can
different
find
vibes.
You can find tacos like
sure.
de la bola, de pastor. In Cabo, it's a little ways. Same thing with Cancun. I remember we had to go pretty far to find some tacos de pastor.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because everything. Yeah, I've been to Cancun and everything's. Well, it's the resorts,
so cool,
and then
it's
you gotta
far,
go.
man. It's
far.
far.
Go somewhere else. Yeah.
Cancun was cool. I like Cancun. It was the water was a lot clearer. Well, it's the same, more clear than Cabo, but it was clear. But I don't know, dude. Cabo last time was real fun. In Vallarta, you could never go wrong with Vallarta.
Yeah. Well, probably check one of them out if it's possible. Get the way see. Now, you have a 5-year-old son. You plan on putting him in the boxing scene, or
if he wants to? That's one of the things, man. That you can't force boxing or sports or anything on kids because they're not gonna want to do it. They're gonna do it because you want them to do it, and I don't think they're gonna give it 100%. My son, since he started going to school, oh my gosh, that's all he wants to do. Is just study, which is a good thing, but I'm like, all right, you go study and let me watch TV or let me do this. But all he ever wants to do is practice his, I guess now they have sight words. So there's like 50 sight words he has to practice. So he wants to practice his words, his states, his numbers, obviously because he keeps saying, oh, we live in California, but
that's good, hopefully they turn book smart too. We need a lot of people like that too.
Yeah, that's one of the things. That's one of my regrets was not going to college and and
taking that route.
Yeah, everything. Because I've always studied. I've always read books. I've always studied the market. I've always done everything, but on my own.
Do you ever kind of going back to fighting? What do you What you put, like, do you because I see a lot of people put headphones on or something like that. Do you ever do that?
To go run? Yeah.
Or when they're fighting, when they're getting ready.
Yeah, we do that all the time.
What do you listen to?
I listen to mix. I listen to a lot of Spanish, like Chalino Sanchez. I listen to
kind of hypes you up.
It does. Chalino Sanchez, Juan Sebastian. I listen more to Spanish music. I don't know why. When you listen to Spanish music, it's like fight time,
That's dope. Cause pues sí ponen when I especially they put a lot of Spanish, even when like black people are fighting, they put Spanish in the background. So do you listen to like hip hop and all that stuff?
Oh yeah, of course. I listen to a lot of older songs.
Have you? I don't know. Did you fight like black fighters too and stuff like that? Or
I fought like Gary Russell. And
heard of that.
Yeah.
Who would you say is like if you were to break it down and see like in race, who would you say is like tough guys?
They're all tough, man.
They're all tough.
I've never really put a lot. a lot of dying to like different.
Yeah.
They're all tough, dude.
And I heard that question too because I saw every once in a while I watch ¿cómo se llama? Un Round Más. I don't know if you heard of that with Eric Morales and
Oh, okay. I don't know. I've seen him in person.
Yeah. So he asked one of the trainers what race is the toughest fights you've ever had, and he said Mexicans. You know.
I don't know, dude. Like honestly, dude, they're all tough, dude. All of them. Everyone has their tough. Everyone. So at the end of the day, it's all kind of, you know.
And do you still plan on fighting or?
At the moment, I don't.
Just taking a chill.
Yeah, at the moment,
focusing on the real estate.
Yeah, real estate right now. And I was telling my wife too that there's this house there's another house for sale by our house that has some good potential, man, because it has a rental on the back. So I was like, damn, I really like this one. But you know, the more properties you own, the better.
Yeah. That do you own a couple properties here?
I own one right now. One.
Yeah.
I was thinking of buying that one, and then I made an offer on a few properties too to flip, but we lost out.
You know, do you know Julio? You know a guy named Julio? Shout outs to Julio.
Last name?
Arana. He's kind of one of the popular real estate guys right here in Santana. You never met him? I've done some work for him.
No. Are you talking about? I don't think he's a loan officer. Not a loan officer.
No.
Are you sure he's an agent?
He's a flipper.
Okay.
He's an agent también, I think.
No, I've been talking a lot to Manny Arellano. I don't know if you know who that is.
Manny Arellano?
Yeah, he does a lot of big flips too.
No, I don't
Saul Delgado too. He does a lot of big flips.
I know.
Yeah.
I've worked for Saul.
Yeah, he's the one.
When I was younger, I did a job or two for him.
Right now, he's doing some big things, man. He's putting like 2 houses on one lot. That's freaking.
Yeah, well, that guy's building a lot of houses on Bristol, no?
Yeah. He sold a lot of houses on Bristol.
Because I know one of the guys that I work with, that I know as a worker back in the day, he jumped in with him as his worker.
Oh,
so
really?
That's how I met Saul back in the day when I was younger.
He's a cool dude, man.
Yeah,
he's a real cool
but
dude.
I haven't messed with him in a while. But yeah, I know who he is. Yeah, I guess he's a famous guy from Santana too.
Saul Delgado?
In real estate, right?
Yeah, his son too is someone. I used to work with him. I don't know if it's
They built the 2-story thing in Grand, right? That's their property.
On Grand, yeah, by where what's that barbershop called? Damn, what's the barbershop called? Gillies?
I don't know.
Yeah,
it's by the freeway.
Right there by the Kia dealership. That's theirs,
right there.
That's theirs. You can always tell by the designs and the colors they use.
Oh, okay.
They started switching up the colors, which I thought came out pretty dope, though.
And that's, or you're just an agent or a flipper? What do you consider yourself?
Probably both. Yeah, right now, I've never really necessarily flipped my own property. The only one that I kind of did flip was our own that we lived down the street. Yeah. So we bought it. We lived in it for like a year, and we fixed it up at the same time. And then I sold it, and for
that's a good game, huh? The flipping.
Yeah, dude, it is. But it's time consuming too. Dude. You also gotta, you also gotta be smart. You gotta be smart too.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people are doing it. And
there's a lot of competition. Yeah. There's a lot of competition everywhere, huh? Right now.
I was gonna flip this one recently in Corona, but I ended up losing to a higher bidder. And then another one too. I didn't like this one that much on Wilshire because the profit wasn't that big.
Oh. You'll go out anywhere to sell?
To sell, yeah. Around here. Only in California because as an agent you can only go to California.
Well, obviously you're not going to go to like San Francisco, or would you? If someone wants to buy a house.
Hell yeah, I'll go there.
You'll go over there?
Hell yeah, I'll go over there.
If somebody says right here, hey, I want to buy a house in San Francisco.
Hell yeah.
Well, okay, so you'll travel
I'll fly out there.
Yeah. Okay, where what's the farthest you've ever gone to box? I just thought
to fight or to train?
Or both,
So when we were getting ready for a big fight, we were going to Cincinnati to go spar.
Oh, sure.
Cincinnati. That was just for training. I fought in Tennessee.
Have you fought out of another countries?
No. I actually got invited to represent the U.S. It was for a dual meet in Morocco and Mexico City.
Oh, okay.
But then I went pro, so I didn't go to Mexico City. Morocco, I turned it down too.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, so I didn't go to those. Those two, Mexico City and Morocco.
So, but you've had a busy career, huh? Pretty much since kid.
Yeah, pretty much.
How long you were an amateur? How many amateur fights do you think you have? Like if you
60
60 fights?
I think it was like 52 and 8.
Oh damn.
Yeah, but mostly all of them were nationals. Yeah, it's tough, dude. Cause a lot of fighters have like 200-300 fights, but they fight like in shows.
Oh, okay.
I had like 7 or 6 fights in shows, and then everything else was pretty much nationals, which is difficult, dude. Because in nationals you can't pick and choose your opponents. When you're nationals, if you want to keep advancing, you gotta fight the guy in front of them. So that's what. Yeah, so like let's just say it happened to me a few times. So it was at the districts. At the nationals, it's always the districts, the states, and in some tournaments have regionals, and then it's the nationals. So sometimes you have to fight 3 to 4 different tournaments just to get to the nationals. So for example, for my very first nationals, I don't even think I was 17. No, I wasn't 17. I was like a month away from my 17th birthday, and I was fighting the reigning champion for the Golden Gloves, and that was my first. I had to fight him at the first thing, so I ended up beating him, and then I ended up winning the whole tournament.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
So you don't stop. So if you have to fight 10 fights, 10 fights.
Nah, the one, unless you're eliminated, unless you lose. But the hardest one was at the Olympic trials, because you have to fight, and if you can lose once, and you can go to the losers bracket, and then you have to win back up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that one was tough too.
So they still give you opportunities, pretty much.
Only for the Olympics.
Oh, okay.
The Olympic trials, yeah.
Yeah,
At least back then, I don't know if things have changed, but back then it was like if you go to the losers bracket, you can come back to the winners bracket.
You know what I've always thought también, like I these little stuff, like I wonder if these guys sleep, like fight week. Do you guys sleep?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You're tired, dude. Especially.
I keep thinking like they're probably nervous.
Well, actually, no. I take it back. You don't sleep because you're cutting weight, and it's hard for you to sleep because you're hungry. So after you weigh in, then you sleep because you have a good meal. You drink a lot of liquids and you sleep good. But before then, like 4 or 5 days, you're hungry.
But you don't like lose sleep, like thinking about it, like
No, yeah, you lose sleep because you're thinking about it, and then you start thinking about the stuff you can't eat, like cheeseburgers, aguachiles, stuff like that. Steaks, I'm a big steak guy. I love steaks.
Yeah, pues a ver cuando hacemos uno aquí.
I know, I love steaks.
Yeah, like I said, I'm close too. Like I don't associate with too many people. I don't know if it's an older thing, just family thing. So I every once in a while, but if something comes up, I'll give you a holler.
All right.
Watch a fight right here or something like that. I told Juan too, because we don't kick it when we see fights, and I actually told him, hey, you know what? There's a fight. Who's fighting? And I told him I'll get that one. Oh, the Bivol and the. And I told him, hey, if I have the zone, so I was like, well, watch it. But I think there's another fight or two coming up, and it's like
there's a lot of fights coming up. I want to see the Spence fight versus Crawford. That's gonna be a good fight.
Is it like?
I think they said it's done November 19th. I think. They said November, but
that's a mega fight, huh?
That's gonna be a big fight. I want to see that fight.
That's even probably bigger than the Canelo and Triple G one.
That's gonna be a good fight, man.
Yeah.
I didn't even watch the Canelo fight because we had something to go to, so I didn't get to watch it.
Yeah. Are you a Canelo fan?
Yeah, I met him. He's a cool dude. Yeah. He's a real cool dude. Yeah.
Because there's a lot of Canelo haters. Everybody
cool
to their own, But
he's a cool dude. I have nothing but good things to say about him when I met him once or twice.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, man, it's mucho respetos para ustedes que son fighters.
It's tough, man. It's tough. All the fighters out there, man. I wish you guys the best of luck. It's a tough thing to do for a living, but it's worth it at the end of the day.
For you, it paid bills, huh?
Yeah, it did. It bought me my house, bought me my house, bought me my condo, bought me some. I mean, not the best cars, but it bought me decent cars. Gave me the luxury of traveling.
You're from Golden Boy?
Yeah, I was with Golden Boy.
Were you there with them a long time, or how does that work? Like, or in your?
I was with them for like 8-9 years.
Oh, okay. And recently, who were you?
Yeah, with Golden Boy.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And anybody else you work with, like in regards to like promotions?
Yeah, when I first started, I think I fought with Roy Engelbrick, and then Thompson.
Okay.
Yeah, those two. And then we fought a couple times with them. And
you were part of the zone?
I wasn't part of the zone, but I fought for the zone.
Oh, okay. So because I think that's where I saw you.
I never fought. I never signed with
Golden Boy. You were.
Yeah, I was with
the zone.
I was with Golden Boy, and then the zone and the Golden Boy have a contract.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, because a lot of Golden Boy guys fight in the zone, pretty much, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And are you still like a part of them even if you're not gonna fight or?
I'm not a part of them, but I still go around because Lex is still fighting.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
I
okay.
still go to his fights, and I still same people, and it's a company, so you see the same people over and over again. They're cool, man. I like those guys. They're real cool.
That's cool, man. That's cool. Like I said, I was happy when it brought a smile to my face when you said you were coming by, man.
Thank you.
Like I said, I'm happy. Even it surprised me. Like I was like, oh shoot, when you came in earlier, I was like, oh shoot. Like I said, I kind of felt a little. I'm like, yeah, he probably like not coming back. But thank you for coming, man. I really appreciate it. Any I always tell everybody, cause almost like I said, I try to go an hour, but I always tell everybody anything you would want to say like to the youth, cause that's what I try to bring this page out, like to the youth or to an adult, same theme, but any as a fighter or as somebody that fights in life, like any recommendation for somebody, a kid or an adult that's like, man, I wanna start training or anything, you know what I mean? Any motivational words.
Of course. My words to any fighter that wants to do this. If you really want to do this and you're passionate about it, go out there and follow your dreams, man. Don't let people discourage you. I remember when I first started, there's people that were like, oh, you're not gonna go far. Oh, you're not gonna do this. Just don't believe it. Don't read into it, and just go out there and just shoot for the stars, man.
Yeah. Don't give up. Don't give up. And it's hard work, right? Hard work.
Of course, dedication is more important than anything.
Nothing's easy, huh?
Dedication is more important than
Dedication, discipline, and don't eat hamburgers.
anything. When you're not training.
Yeah. Se vale. Ya dijo el guy, se vale. Once a week. That goes from.
If you're in training, but I didn't need anyone else in training.
Yeah, I'm just messing. No, but thank you once again, man.
Thank you.
Is there anywhere people can follow you? I know where to follow you.
Instagram, man. Ronnie _Rios _.
Cool.
Sure.
Anywhere else?
That's the one that
Facebook, huh?
No, I don't have Facebook.
No nothing. So follow him at Ronny Rios.
Thank you, guys.
Ronnie _Rios, right?
Yeah, _
In Instagram. Go check him out. Give him some support. Give him some. Just check out his stuff, man. He's a real good fighter. Like I said, I seen his fights, and I'm happy that you came by.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it. It gives me motivation to want to keep pushing, because it's hard, believe it or not. Like it's hard getting people to come in.
I can imagine.
I have to ask
complete
strangers come by. But thank you. It's a blessing and an honor to have you here at the garage, a studio. Thank you once again, man. And I hope we could do this again.
All right.
Have a part 2 or whatever's in the near future. I plan to recycle everybody, like bring them back. But maybe not right away, but ya que se abra, bring you back. And if you're up for it, hopefully we can do this again. Chop it up.
Yeah, for sure.
And see where we're at from here to there.
All right, let me know.
Yeah, thank you once again, man.
Follow
Ronnie.
Thank you, guys.
Follow Ronny Rios and check this video out. Stay tuned for more videos. I appreciate everybody that comes through and checks us out. Support, like, subscribe, and stay tuned. Peace.